Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. So, this is not the episode that I was going to bring you today. As you can recall from last week, we were going to be taking off the front structural, as most of you have been highlighting, the top structural mount on the ST. But unfortunately, due to the fact that it is August, a lot of the suppliers that I've been ordering the parts, they either have not delivered the parts on time or it's been delayed because they don't have staff. So, and the rain has also added a factor. So we are still waiting for two key parts that we need to get that job done. So we're going to do that next week. Instead, as you can probably tell from the title, we're going to talk about a subject that quite a few of you have asked me about. So what do YouTubers, car YouTubers, earn on YouTube? More specifically, what do UK car YouTubers make on YouTube? So we're going to go through a few people. We're going to go through the high-end boys, so the Shmee150s and the Mr. JWWs, the medium end of the market, and then the low end, which is where I reside at the moment. And I think you'll be interested to see some of the numbers. We're going to use Social Blade, which is a great site that really gives you the stats that you can see the difference in the market. But feel free, as you always do, to leave your comments below, and I will answer as many of those, if not all of those, that I can. So let's get underway. We're going to take a look at the number one UK, in my opinion. Actually, that may be wrong, but for the sake of this video, we're going to look at Shmee150 and see what he earns. And don't forget, this is just a sample of their earnings, because YouTube AdSense is all we're going to see here. But obviously, a lot of these YouTubers, they have sponsorship deals, etc., etc. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a brief update as to where this channel, Cars for Paul, is going, and just some changes that I think you will enjoy. But if you don't, let me know in the comments below. So let's get underway. So let's take a look at our first guy, Shmee150. Okay, so let's take a look at Shmee150. So Shmee150 has been uploading since July 2006. So he's been around for a while, and he used to do little videos in London just watching supercars of the rich going by, but now he is a multiple supercar owner himself. If you look at his subscription, he's got 1.7 million subscribers, on his way to 1.8 million. So and he's done over 3,722. This is his full-time job, as you all know, and he has driven some great marquees. Now, according to Social Blade, his yearly earnings is 320k, which helps you to appreciate why he can afford the cars that he has. Now, this is an estimated, so you have to take this with a pinch of salt. Which is more accurate is the daily earnings, and as you can see from Shmee's daily earnings, he's earning a considerable amount of money, you know, in the region of around £800 a day is what he earns. And you can see his subscribers as well. He's earning, you know, about 500, 600, 700 subscribers a day. Today's Sunday, you can see already that he has added 127 subscribers to his count. So in the last 30 days, he's earned around 26k, which is phenomenal. But then he's been doing this for a long time, and that's why he's one of the UK highest earning car YouTubers, and rightly so. And if you look at Shmee's monthly growth, it fluctuates. So if he releases a video that everyone's interested in, you can see he gains subscribers, and that is in line with views. You'll always see that these two figures go hand in hand. So Shmee would like to meet you one day. That would be good. And if you look at his Social Blade rating, he's extremely popular, and he's also trending because he does pretty interesting videos as well. So that's Shmee. Let's take a look at Mr. JWW next and see how he weighs up on the stats. So next we have Mr. JWW. So if you look at the screen now, you can see that he has 476,000, so close to 500,000 not nearly as much as Shmee, but a very popular YouTuber nonetheless. Now his estimated monthly earnings is around 4k, between 248 and 4k. Social Blade is pretty accurate really, so this is probably more likely. But to get a more accurate understanding, if you look at his daily subs, and you see that on average he's earning between sort of £100 a day on average, which is not bad. So at the end of the month it's given him around sort of 3.5–4k, which is probably about right. Mr. JWW is an unusual character in the sense that he's really passionate about cars, a bit like Shmee, he is, and between Shmee and Mr. JWW, they do car reviews. They're car reviewer blogs, and he's been doing this since 2015. So this is when his account was created, or this account on this channel, because he has a couple of channels of course, but this is his main car vlogging one. So he's done pretty well for himself, to be fair, and he's a growing YouTuber as well, although he's probably not done a lot in recent months. I know he did the Gumball 3000, which was great to see, and I enjoyed that series. But he's definitely one that to look at and watch grow. And again, you can understand with the monthly earnings that he's getting from this, because this is not going to be his sole income. He'll have other streams of income. It obviously helps a lot with funding the cars and the products that he does. Right, next, Supercars of London. Let's take a look at him and see how he does. Okay, so next we have Mr. Supercars of London. Now I first saw this chap, I don't remember his name, way back when, a couple of years back, when he first bought a supercar, which was his Audi R8, which is where my interest in him has stemmed from. And since then he's gone from strength to strength. Looking at his stats, he's at 781,000, which is a really strong channel, to be fair, in line with what he's done. He's been around since 2008, like I said, and if you look at his stats now, he's pulling in around, well, yeah, some good figures there. Of, you know, on average, if you look at that, about just under £200 a day, which is giving him about 6.8k a month, which is a good income, to be fair. Yearly earnings around 81,000, and if you see the cars that he has, his Lambo, his R8 that he's had, and various other vehicles, you can see how YouTube is really helping him along. And naturally, the same with all the other two that we've seen. They have other streams of revenue, so affiliate marketing and also sponsorship by brands. And of course, with these car review of vloggers, they attract the big brand cars, which give them the license to test drive those and to be able to really live out their dreams. So good to see. And the reason why I picked the UK vloggers, because there's a lot of US ones out there and that you see, but it's nice to see what our UK guys with less of an audience, to be fair, because most of the UK vloggers will attract UK or European audience. So it's good to see that these guys are earning decent money from their videos. And if you look at his channel growth again, he's kind of stable off, but you tend to find that these guys don't release videos as frequent as other YouTubers. I do mine weekly. These guys may do them once every week or so. They do decline a little bit, especially if the series is going on and the content isn't really that stimulating. If it's just test driving, and this is the thing with the higher YouTubers, while it's nice to see what they're doing and what they're driving, and the audience, I don't know about you, but I certainly feel a little detached from their lifestyle. It's not real, because it's not a lifestyle that you live, so therefore you view it for the entertainment value rather than the, you know, I could be this guy, even though you could be if you spend the time and effort that they do. It does seem a little bit out of reach. So those are the top end guys that we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look at the medium size YouTubers, UK YouTubers who are doing well for themselves. Right, so next up we have our friend Living Life Fast. Now I really like this guy. because his entertainment value is pretty good. And this channel has grown really fast as well over the last year. So he's up to 222,356 subscribers. Only been going since 2016, so relatively new channel, but big growth already. Now, looking at his numbers, you can see that he's doing pretty good numbers. So he's earning about 4.3k a month in terms of his AdSense. And again, this is just his AdSense, because I know that Living Life Fast, he's got his own website and his own club as well, so he's doing well from that, as well as his affiliate marketing. So and he specializes in reviewing fast cars, but sort of normal fast cars, everyday cars that you and I drive. And I think that's where the interest in this channel is really from the majority of his audience, because they can relate to the cars that are on there. They're not supercars or hypercars, they are, you know, BMWs and various other cars in there, and he gets to drive them fast, which is great. He even drove a garden shed the other day that was made from a RD-V8 and RS4, which is amazing. So so this channel has quite a lot of appeal, and as a result he's earning good money on that. So you know, you can tell when these guys release videos because their earnings go up, same as mine. So he's earning around, when he releases a video, 210, 323, good sort of income from AdSense. And when you look at the rise of his channel, you can see that there's an upward trend there in terms of his subscribers. It does tail off a little bit in July, but people go on holiday, that's the reason for that. But if you look at the monthly views, there's a lot of entertainment value in his channel, so the monthly views actually stay up, which is a little unusual. Normally you see that following the subscriber trend. So his content is really good, and he's gonna go some way. Another YouTuber that I really like is our friend Steph Ab Tv. So Steph Ab Tv again classifies himself as one of these reviewer vloggers. Looking at his channel, he's hitting 25,000 subscribers. He's been around since December 2016. If you notice here though, he's extremely popular and is trending. Now I like to compare my channel to Steph, even though we are totally different paths on the car scene. He does car reviews, I do car rebuilds, etc. But our numbers are pretty similar. So if you look at his daily numbers, you see that, and when you see my channel, you'll see that our numbers are pretty similar. But because he's got that higher subscriber count, 25,000, that's his subscriber count as it is, you're seeing that he's getting a lot more views than what I would normally get. So his average daily income is about 20 for you know, £20 up to £60 a day, and that's earning him £1,600, which is pretty decent, to be fair. An aspiring up and coming YouTuber in the UK. He's doing really well in such a short period of time that he's been around. And he currently owns a 4C. He did a review on that the other day, which is really good. So he's just beginning to creep above the kind of car market that most viewers would aspire to, and I think in the next sort of 6 months or so he'll go above that, because he'll just climb and climb and climb. And you can see just by the the filming techniques that he uses, that he is definitely going for that high-end YouTube car market. So great channel, quite enjoyable content, and yeah, he's going to go places. Okay, next up on our list of UK YouTubers and how much they earn, Spark Plug Steve. I love Steve. Steve's a great guy. He is definitely a Ford man, lives in Wales, and he has done a number of Copart rebuilds. So he's kind of my competitor, but he's not, because anyone who does car rebuilds, they're a friend rather than a competitor. And Steve has built a couple of Fiestas, and it kind of inspired me to do my own Fiesta as well. And he's done great guns with that. In fact, his first Fiesta ST had rocketed his channel, took him up to around sort of 13k. He's now hitting 16k in terms of his user counts. Steve is not a frequent uploader, so he uploads when he likes, and that's great really, because he does this because he loves it. He doesn't do this for the money. And when you look and see what Steve's earning, he's earning about £124 a month, based on his subscriber. He's doing about 8 to 10 subscribers a day. But like I said, his passion is his track racing and sorting out Ono to be a track racer, and that's what he features in his video, and he doesn't care, which is great. That's why I love Steve, because he's really laid back, not up himself or tour or anything like that. He just does his thing. So it's about 16k now in terms of subscriber counts. He's a growing channel as well, but I think Steve's got a long way to go. He's got lots of mileage, and his videos are entertaining, and I do love them. In terms of if you look at his progress, he's kind of waned off, and that's only because of the content is the same. And if you like that content, then you're going to love it. But if you're looking for Steve to do more cars, Steve ain't going to do that unless he needs to. So on that basis, he does reviews of products, and he's got a couple of sponsors who subsidize his kit that he has for his car, and he'll continue doing that. So that is our friend Steve. Okay, so next channel before mine, Salvage Rebuild UK's Rob, my good friend. So Rob has only been doing videos since March for this year, and already has got to 1,692 subscribers. So Rob's doing really well with his channel. So Rob, if you look at his stats, it's got some figures here, but Rob's not making that money yet, because with YouTube's new policy of 1,000 subscribers, and I can't remember, 4,000 hours of views, I'm not sure Rob is up to 4,000 hours yet. But if he is, then you can see the kind of money that Rob will be making going forward. And actually, if you look at some of Rob's subscriber accounts this week, because he's a frequent uploader, Rob will upload every 2 or 3 days, and his videos are raw, but he's got a knack that his raw videos are entertaining, and Rob tells you how it is. He keeps me true and straight. If he sees me messing up on my videos, Rob's quick to get your keyboard warrior comments, and I really appreciate that, which is why I like Rob. And plus, he's got a secret weapon. Rob's got a Ferrari that he's doing. That's going to be great when that goes on the road. And yes, you do owe me a drive still, Rob. Looking at Rob's numbers, you can see that Friday and Saturday, so yesterday and Friday, he 182 subscribers. So he's doing well. And yesterday he went live as well. He did a live stream, his first one. Couldn't stop the stream at the end, but that was the entertainment value with Rob. And plus Rob's doing some co-part reviews as well. Those are very popular in the UK. So I'd say Rob probably is on par with me in terms of what we try to do. We do exactly the same thing in terms of buying cars and co-parts, doing them up, and flipping them. We do the same. So yeah, Rob's one to watch, and his channel is going to go places. And although he doesn't have a grade yet, because he's only started to earn monetization, and don't forget to switch that on, Rob. You can he's by this time next year, Rob will be big. So well done, mate. Now of course we come to the best channel of them all. I'm only kidding. So we come and look at my channel here. So here's me, Cars for Paul. Now although it says that my channel has been around since 2016, I created the channel in 2016, but I did nothing for 2 years. So I didn't really start working on this channel until March of last year, 2018. That's when I first really started to put content out, and that was starting with my Audi TT, my Mark 1 VR6, and the channel was then called TT VR6 because that's what we were going to feature. So since last year, you see that we've now got 5,863 subscribers, which I'm so proud of, and thank you all if you are a subscriber, and if you're not, what are you doing? press this button down here now and subscribe. Anyway, moving on. Actually, if you look at my channel, you see that it's quite popular. And it's also trending as well, which I'm really proud of. And then you see my earnings about £220, which is just about right, but that's only been in the last few months. And you can see my chart here. You can see that here was when, or actually about here was when I got my 1,000 subscriber number, and since then the channel's grown. Particularly in June, it's starting to grow quite a lot, which is great to see. So moving in the right direction. And you can see what my average daily earnings is between £5 and £10. So it's not big, but then it's a new channel and it's only got 5,000 subscribers. But what I can say is that all the money that I do earn goes straight back into this channel, and it goes on buying parts for the cars, because as you're probably aware, running a YouTube channel isn't cheap. You know, and a car YouTuber, you've got to buy the car, you've got to frequently have parts on the go, so you're constantly spending money. So anything I get from ad revenue is greatly received and greatly appreciated. So when you see those ads, don't skip them, or watch them if you could, because that helps buying content. And if the ad budget expands, it means that we can do better things with the channel. And that's going to be the mantra for this channel. Everything that I make goes right back into the channel, and I hope to start doing 2 and then 3 videos a week, and which is what you guys have been asking. Mondays is a tough call for you guys. I know, having to wait a whole week for another video, but yeah, so we're definitely moving in the right direction, and we will keep the content coming and being proactive with the content and making it interesting as possible. So now is a good time to talk about the direction of the channel going forward. So the last month we've grown by over 1,800 subscribers, and we're fast approaching. This week we're going to hit 6k, which is phenomenal. And as a result, starting to get a few brands now starting to approach and requesting videos, etc. And I am very particular with the brands that I'm working with. They have to be car focused, so they've got to give you the viewer something in return in terms of why I'm featuring them. So a couple of weeks back I featured a product from Olights, the H2R torch, which was a good torch. But I did get some feedback from you guys in terms of, well, this is a sponsored ad, and it wasn't a sponsored ad. They gave me the torch and asked me to talk about it in one of my videos. But it certainly, the response from you guys was very interesting. So what I've decided to do, because obviously brands bring sponsorship, and sponsorship supports the channel to give us more content. So what I am going to do, rather than do adverts like the Americans do in the middle of the actual video, I'm going to start a mid-week video, and I will do a review of the product there. So whenever we have a product that we're going to review, we'll do it during the week, and then we'll talk about nothing else but that product. And then if we use a product during the video, and that's the plan, everything that I feature will be things that I will be using day to day on the vehicles. We'll then have a little card at the top here, like you can probably see on the screen now, that will then refer back to the review product so you can see it. And then of course we will have it in our Amazon store for you to purchase, or we'll have a link in the description section below where you can purchase it. Good. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in terms of our sponsored brands. You're going to start seeing them maybe next week, because there's a few now that I'm talking to, and that's great. That's exactly what we was, you know, part of the message that we had for the channel, that we'll do reviews and we'll get certain cars to get to our ultimate goal of an R8. With that in mind, let's just talk about the progress of the channel. So with these little sponsored brand deals, etc., I really am looking for the channel to grow now apace. So if you are a casual subscriber, we urge you to subscribe, because if you subscribe, not only are you helping me to grow the channel, but you're helping to attract bigger brands who will then help sponsor the channel. And if we get brands sponsoring the channel, it means that we can then start doing bigger and better projects. And true to my word, with this this channel, what I'm planning to do is to keep it true to its original idea of doing cars from salvage yards, so that you guys can relate to that and do it yourself. So I will do all the mistakes, so you don't have to, and in that way you can hopefully have a successful journey when you buy your car. But in order to attract other brands as well, we are going to do high-end projects that will then attract those brands. So we'll have a high-end project which will be for the entertainment value of the channel and also for product reviews, and we'll have the beginner's guide, the co-pilot beginner's guide, which will be the budget end of cars, and we'll keep the two going together, and that way it helps the channel to stay true to its original purpose. So we will get our R8 one day. It will be a salvage R8 and you will see it on this channel. But in the meantime, I urge you all to subscribe if you haven't done so. So I hope that makes sense. Next week we will be back on the Fiesta, because I've been chasing the bits and pieces that are outstanding, and they will be here next week. So we'll be back on that program, and you'll see me do some welding and start getting that car back up and running, and being our first project car in a while, which is great to see. The Fiat 500, just to give you a bit of an update on that, that's coming along fine. I do have an electrical issue though, and some of you have been commenting on the issue, but it's not what you think it is. So at the moment the rear tailgate switch doesn't work. I bought a new one and that's exhibiting the same problem. Fiat had an issue some while back with the cables fraying in the tailgate. That's not the case in this car. This car is one of the modified ones, so it's got the thicker rubber grommet, and also they put tape on the cable in to stop that fraying. So that's not the issue here. So I think it's relating to the fire damage that we had in the front. So any comments or help would be much appreciated. What you think it may be. I think it possibly could be a fuse, because all the bulbs in my other rear tailgate switch, they were gone, they were burnt out. So I think something's fused along the way and we need to find where that is. I think it's the wiring that I replaced, because if I remember rightly the fuses are connected, but I've replaced one or two of the fuses. I just need to go for it. But if you have any ideas what you think it could be, then that would be much appreciated. And in terms of product sponsorship, so I said we're going to do we're going to start this series hopefully this week, so look out midweek for a featured video. But I wanted to just mention these guys here, Westfield. They do these little jackets, and what they are RFID jackets for your keys. So you put your key inside, and if someone tries to intercept the signal, they can't, because of the actual jacket signal. I'm going to do a video review on this and show you how effective they are. They do work really well. You'll see that drop in next week. So thank you Westfield for sending those in, and I have a spare one, so I will probably do a giveaway as well. Our first giveaway. Great. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, I apologize that this is not the Fiesta one that you wanted to, but due to parts not being here and the Great British summer weather, it's prevented me from being able to do so. But we'll be back to our regular program, and I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, leave it in the comments below and give us a thumbs up. But if you don't, instead of just giving me a thumbs up, give me a reason why you don't, and then we will shape the channel to make it better. That's what we're all about. So thank you for viewing this, guys, and we will see you next Monday, or maybe even next Wednesday. Have a good week.